team, it's time for the Daily Detangler. And yesterday, Activator put out a great Activator avenue, and she was talking about taking direction and provided the example on the work that she had done at Catalyst's direction to put together a menu board of options for IQVIA. And she was sharing her experience with that experience. And what I thought I'd do in today's Daily Detangler is talk about taking direction and what I learned from her sharing her experiences in taking direction and how that brings a vision to life and creates impact. So one of the things that made me think about this and popped into my head was all these people, right? So here's about 920 people. And how would you get everybody aligned and get everybody to achieve some sort of outcome or unified goal or shared purpose? I mean, these are all smart people, and they all have their own experiences, right? They have their own background, they have their own goals, ambitions, etc. But how does a movie director get everybody, these 920 people aligned? Or how does a sports club get 11 people on a field or 5 people on a basketball court with 920 people supporting them? Or how does Alexis, as a salesperson, get 920 people aligned across IQVIA in all of her accounts, in her account, to support all of the people within her account? And these people can get aligned to create a movie or support a sports team, support a sales process, and obviously one of the things that I'm really learning a lot about is it can happen in a change initiative, and a change initiative can get people aligned as well. So how does that happen? And one of the ways that it happens on our team that I see over and over again is Catalyst has the uncanny ability to understand not only what these 920 people are likely doing, but also how they're likely thinking, and how does he create momentum and get traction and bring people into a change initiative over time. And I think that's been really fascinating to watch. And what I think about is, his ability to do this is really built on our ability to support him. And he sees that these 920 people need to be doing something, or need to learn something, or need seat slides. We have an opportunity to support him in that. And sometimes that means taking direction. So Activator shared her thoughts on direction and how it can be perceived as, overbearing or almost bureaucratic, like a drill sergeant. And then the other part of it is the director's view and the direction provided in a creative ensemble, in a creative endeavor, such as a play or theater. And I thought that was a great distinction between being directed to being told what to do versus being directed to add value and to create this experience for people in the audience. And those are, as she pointed out, two completely different things. And that's what direction from Catalyst is this idea that he sees what the 920 people might need, and he might ask for help. And how does that work? And because of the speed and because of the nature of the change, there's a level of precision and discipline required to get there. So that really creates this idea that the team, to be creative and effective and innovative and be on the same page, really requires not only, for me to understand how I can help, but also to do what's asked and not worry about how it all has to come together for the audience. That's the Catalyst's role. And if you think about it, even even a great actor, somebody who makes millions of dollars and gets paid a lot of money and everybody knows is world famous, still is at the direction of the director in that regard in order for them to be successful. And so what works? And, Catalyst put this together. He said, Activator followed my exact direction. She talked about her experience. She provided a lot of color about the engagement. So the audience and they could, feel like they were there through this discussion and through her sharing about the experience. She had positive energy and good energy. And then she talked just to Catalyst, because Catalyst in this regard is the director. The person giving the direction could relate to Jen, the client. So the more we relate to Catalyst, the easier it is for the client to consume. So those are some of the things that worked in this situation, and how Activator was able to produce something that was simple to her and easy to do, but had a great impact. And that's what Catalyst said. This is what happens when people follow my direction. And all of these people together can create an impact. And while it's architected, it's designed, it's also in the flow of what in this case, what the client needs, and therefore what Catalyst needs. And the more he can direct that type of value contribution, or that type of value creation, or that type of creativity, the more we can impact the change. And that made me think about, what is this type of impact, and how does impact come to life in the context of selling outcomes and driving change? Catalyst is the client, and what do clients think about? What am I getting? Does this help me? What options do I have, and how does this work? Why would I do it? Where else can this add value? And as Catalyst is asking for help, or asking and giving direction, it's because he's trying to bring this experience to life of selling outcomes and driving outcomes and fighting productitis. And I can't expect to know everything that's happening with all those people, but I can listen, and I can engage, and I can act to the best of my ability. And I want to improve on that personally, and also do a great job, not only taking direction, but also adding value more quickly. And that's something that I want to work on myself. So Activator talked about how this aligns to the experience, and the principle number one, it's the experience stupid. And I definitely see how that comes to play, and how that impacts the overall team. And the idea that I can create an experience for Catalyst, and that experience that I create with Catalyst, and through engaging in doing what he asks, I can contribute to the overall experience. So that's the big takeaway for me, is that this experience that I create can become the experience that Catalyst can deliver and create. And one of the things that I've been talking about is just encouraging adding a little bit of value every day. And here you've got two famous people. You've got the director, Martin Scorsese, and you've got this famous dude on the right, Leonardo DiCaprio. And they're both famous in their own regard, and they make each other better when they're in the play or in the movie, and really can't really do it without each other. And each has a role to play. So change happens one scene at a time, one situation at a time, and play your part. Thanks so much for listening to the Daily Detangler today. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Take care.